Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see about the Falkland War. Before going into the video, please like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support, and also click the hype button. Now this Falkland War took place in 1982. The war was fought between Britain and Argentina, and the reason of this is the Falkland Islands. Because this Falkland Islands belonged to the British, that is, it was a British colony, and it is situated in South Atlantic. This island has been the British colony from 1833. But suddenly in 1982, Argentina said that these islands belong to us, and it claimed sovereignty for the islands. And this conflict went on for 10 weeks, that is from April to June in 1982. And at that time, Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of Britain. And England also was facing economic crisis, unemployment, and the people were discontent with what was happening. And this war actually diverted the people's attention, and it brought back that national pride in them. And Thatcher's strong response helped her to restore the faith in the government among the people, and this we know because she was re-elected in 1983 as the Prime Minister of Britain. And this also brought back that patriotism and nostalgia like how it had in the past. And the media also was strongly supporting the British government, and it actually defended the British subjects because it was actually a heroic struggle. But the working class people had a mixed feeling towards this. That is, they were also very proud about Britain, but at the same time, England was facing financial crisis. At that time, a war and the cost of the war was actually something which the people were not ready to accept. And the Falkland War was one of the first conflicts which was beautifully covered by the television, and news reports shaped the public opinion, mainly BBC and the newspapers, because they strongly supported the government. And after they won the war, the capture, the phrase gotcha became the headline, and it showed how a media sensationalization can actually influence the emotion of the people. And it also showed how media politics can create a national identity. And this victory also gave a morale to British after years of social and economic hardship, which was lasting from 1970s. And it united the divided nation, even though it was only for a temporary time. And all the Britishers started feeling their strength and resilience when it came to their nation. And all the soldiers who returned after the war were looked as brave heroes because of their courage and sacrifice. And of course, there were a lot of trauma, loss, and criticism about the government's motives. But the war deepened discussions on imperialism, nationalism, and class. Above all, this war was what happened during the time when the Prime Minister was a female. But her deeds, her efforts, her strength was looked upon as heroic, and Thatcher was always called as an Iron Lady because of the way she used to defend her children, that is, the people of Britain. And this also changed the gender perceptions in the British politics and culture. And in literature and media also, this war was celebrated, and it also explored violence and identity. The war was definitely costly, but it brought a short term political victory, and it revived the confidence among the people about the economy. Defense industries, they saw a temporary growth because they made a lot of money, but social inequalities persisted even after that. And it reinforced the shift towards Thatcher policies because she brought in a lot of privatization, and she also reduced welfare. And for the working class, it did not solve the unemployment problem, or it did not remove poverty, which was in Britain. And writers and dramatists, they responded critically to the war. Pat Barker, Ian McEwan, and Tony Harrison, they explored the effects of nationalism and memory. And the war actually linked to the earlier traditions of war poetry and remembrance, which actually they wrote poetry like how they wrote during World War I and II. and literature began questioning the ethics of patriotism and state power. It also brought back the interest in the idea of Britishness, and this is something very important in the post imperial world. And the Falklands War marked the end of Britain's colonial retreat because after the World War II, they were relieving all the colonies from them. That is, Britain was actually ruling all over the world, but most of the colonies got the independence. But Falkland War told no, they will not be relieving all the colonies, and therefore it showed that Britain was still a world power, and it strengthened the strategism and conservative values in the 1980s. And it also helped to reshape all the British foreign policies and military attitudes, and social memory remained the same with its pride and controversy. And the Falkland War was not just a military war, it was a mirror of British society. It showed its economic struggles, gender roles, nationalism, and cultural identity in the early 90s. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Also support this video. Thank you.